Hey everyone, it's Kelly with Be Rooted Wellness Studio, and this week's Movement Monday theme is all about change. There's a lot of change happening. It's springtime, and if you just look around, hopefully, depending where you live, there's a lot of change from day to day. What a tree looked like yesterday, now it looks totally different today. So many blooms, and just things are moving, things are changing and shifting. And here at Be Rooted, we are shifting as well. We are going to be letting go of some yoga classes and just really realigning our energy to really dive deeper into movement, expressive movement, and more dance, intuitive movement, because that's really aligned with me as a dance movement therapist. That is the direction that I feel like our energy needs to go, and more deeply into the one-on-one work that I do with clients, as well as offering a space for our community to come and just move and dance and really express. So I am going to be shifting the schedule a little bit in terms of what classes are offered, and really freeing up a lot of time for the one-on-one, because that work is deep, and that work takes a lot of energy to be able to meet you where you're at as a client and help you to grow and help you to explore and just hold space for that. So I'm excited about that. I'm a little sad for some of the classes to go away, but just overall, I think managing all of that, it was too many different directions, and we have to come in and assess for ourselves what feels most aligned, what change is needed because we want to go towards something, what change comes about because we're going away from something. How do you know? That's the question, right? How do we know if we need to change because something's uncomfortable, or because we want to go deeper into something, or, and the message for this week's theme is that the body knows. The body has so much information, and through movement, we can really explore that kind of push and pull of what's next, what's here. But in order to change, we need to notice our pattern. Like, do we allow ourselves to really assess where we're at first to know what direction our change should go to? So we get intuition, we get this, I get these senses of like when my energy is being depleted versus when my energy is being really filled up and restored through work. And that's something that I've been trying to pay attention to. And it's hard because I'm also a people pleaser. I want to help. I want to do things that I know I'm capable of doing and that they can meet people's needs. But is that really what in the long run is best for me, and ultimately best for then our studio? And everyone gets to decide how much capacity they have and where they want to put that. So I want to encourage you to explore that today, and we're going to do that through movement. We're going to do that by just allowing yourself to think of a change that you have coming, or maybe something that is in your life that you're not sure if you want to change or not, and just allow yourself to tune in and just notice. When you think about that, when you put yourself into that in your mind and bring your body into that vision, into that space, thinking ahead into how does the body feel? What is it tensing? Are you drawing towards it, like building an energy of, oh, I can't wait, excitement? Are you feeling immediately already drained or tired, like, a resistance, something in your stomach maybe? Just notice where you're starting from and what energy do you feel, do you experience in your body? What kind of movement is happening? And can you connect that to the image or the thought or the plan? And then I want you to just start seeing how your body wants to move with that. Not trying to force. This is all just idea at the moment. You don't need to decide anything. This is just, how do you kind of start to bring the information into a place of exploring so that you can process it and get a little better at tolerating the unknown, tolerating there's a lot of feedback coming at me about the direction I want to go. And I know I have energy, I have movement, I don't want to stay where I'm at. So how do I explore that? Well, I start by just trying different directions. If I felt like it's more about direction, let me start moving in a direction. What's it like to not even have a direction? How does it feel to maybe not know where I'm going? Do I feel like I need to have a plan? Is my body actually guiding me to get a little just stronger where I'm at and dig deeper? How does that feel? Noticing maybe just the intuition that comes up, that there's a fluttering, there's an energy that is in me that I'm not sure what way to go. When I was just going in no direction, it kind of settled. It kind of allowed me to just go and not feel pressure. When I came and was here and tried to just be really strong, like I have a direction, that built up more discomfort. Maybe it's something because it's unfamiliar. Maybe it's something I need to push and work myself towards. I don't know. Maybe it's something like I'm more comfortable just staying and exploring and not having to push towards a product, an end goal. I want to just be in the moment. So for me, I know I like that. And coming to decisions is harder. Coming to an ending, a more firm, final kind of change, that is hard. I want to be still in like, well, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I notice that just even in my movement qualities. So bringing a little bit more start and stop and actual change for me in my body, it's something that I'm going to encourage myself to notice, to push and explore and try to bring that energy into my body. I don't know what will come with that or come out of that, but I know that it's just building a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more adaptability, a change of pattern, so that I can change my thinking around change in general. And I'd love to hear from you guys. What does that mean if you start to notice a pattern in yourself? Do we want to change it? Do we think, no, this is a great pattern, it's really effective for me, I don't need to change anything, right? Sometimes that could be right. We have a pattern because it works. Or you're starting to notice, no, the reason I'm stressed right now, the reason I have a little bit of discomfort is because maybe the world or my surroundings, my stuff going on in my life is making me have to do this energy, this movement in a way that isn't my comfort zone. So how do I step into it? How do I approach that differently? How do I explore it and have a little fun with it, right? See change as maybe fun. And that is how we explore through movement. That is how we start to question and wonder what this all means, how's it showing up? And once we have that, once we can be in the moment with that information, then we can start to say, okay, let me practice one step. Just find one step to practice. So for me, rather than just exploring with no direction, I'm gonna find one direction and practice. Take one step, one energy, one movement, and create that pattern to give myself confidence in that. And I'd love to hear if that makes sense and how you're processing that. And if you are curious at all or want to work in connection and in therapy with me or one of my team, just reach out I work one-on-one, virtually or in person, with everyone who wants to explore more than just talking. You recognize that movement is the origin of how we feel, as well as it's also a way of expressing and changing, creating that change and creating that practice that we need. So we connect in movement in both ways, to first assess and feel and learn about where we're at, as well as how to shift. So I invite you to reach out and ask me any questions about that. If you'd like to work together, I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you next week. Check our website for the upcoming changes, and I will see you next time.